Hello everyone, I'm Duy Magi, and today I will teach you a method of reading a birth chart based on multiverse astrology. And this methodology can read an astrology birth chart even when the birth time data is unavailable. But before we dive into the details, let's understand the nature of this method. So let's explore the history of astrology together. When we think about astrology today, we often think about which zodiac sign a person is born under. And if you dig deeper, you might want to know more about your rising sign and the positions of planets in 12 houses. However, there was a time in the history when astrologers didn't focus much on that. Instead, they were interested more in how planets interacted with each other and formed certain aspects and geometries. So, let's turn back to the history of Israel to learn more about this. And this is recorded in the historical books throughout the history of choosing a successor in Israel. Specifically, the first king of Israel made a bold decision by choosing the shepherd boy named David, not from royal lineage, as his heir. And the reason for this bold decision was that David was born on a very special day when 6 out of the 7 visible planets in the sky form a perfect hexagon geometry. As expected, David later became one of the greatest kings in the history of Israel. Nowadays, this hexagon geometry is named the Star of David and is proudly displayed in the flag of Israel. From this, we can see that ancient astrologers discovered the mystical power of planetary geometries. But for some subjective and objective reasons, sometime later, astrologers completely shifted their focus on astrology study and concentrated more on analyzing the characteristics of each planet as they enter each zodiac sign and house. So, this plot twist pushed the development of astrology into a new phase, establishing a new order in the world of astrology. This lays the foundation for the 12 zodiac sign astrology system used today. I will have a separate video discussing about this shift. However, in today's video, you just need to know that ancient astrology was not entirely similar to today's astrology. However, focusing on the 12 zodiac signs and 12 houses has reduced the accuracy of astrology, and this was demonstrated in the Sean Carson's 1985 study published in the journal Nature titled A Double-Blind Test in Astrology. Specifically, 28 renowned astrologers from the United States and Europe were invited to read birth charts to predict the personalities of over 100 volunteers. However, the results show that the 12 zodiac astrology system was only accurate about 30%. Therefore, the shift in the development of astrology from planetary geometry to 12 zodiac signs and 12 houses seems to be a mistake. Aware of this, multiverse astrology was created with the goal of bringing astrology back to its primitive nature. And in other words, multiverse astrology focuses on analyzing the planetary geometry. However, the breakthrough of the multiverse astrology is the use of 6 dimensions and hundreds of planets, asteroids, and midpoints, and all celestial symbolisms undergo extensive testing process to ensure accuracy. Therefore, multiverse astrology provides a very high accuracy. Focusing on planetary geometry has helped multiverse astrology operate accurately even when the birth time data is unavailable, and the reason is that our solar system has many planets and asteroids that move relatively slow, maintaining their positions within a day. Consequently, the geometries they create in a day remain almost unchanged. Analyzing the geometries here can reveal much about a person's personality. Additionally, there are celestial bodies that move rapidly, such as the moon, whose position can change significantly throughout the day. However, the number of fast-moving celestial bodies is much less compared to the slower ones in our solar system. Therefore, individuals born on the same day share many personality traits with slight individual differences. That's why, even without birth time, multiverse astrology can still operate accurately. Previously, practicing multiverse astrology was challenging because creating a birth chart in 6 dimensions required an expensive specialized astrology software. However, everything changed when I and my close friend Sunshine created a free tool for drawing multiverse astrology birth charts in 6 dimensions called AstroPro, available at en.astropro.vn. So before you start practicing, visit AstroPro, and I have a tutorial video on how to use AstroPro, and I will link that video at the end of this video. Now, let's explore the 6 dimensions and how to read a birth chart in multiverse astrology. Specifically, there are 6 charts consisting of 3 geocentric charts and 3 heliocentric charts. In the geocentric charts, with Earth at the center, the Sun will appear. Conversely, in the heliocentric charts, with the Sun as the center, the Earth will be visible. Using heliocentric charts may seem unfamiliar to so many. However, few people know that some of the most successful astrologers in the human history, such as William Delbert Gain and Benjamin Franklin, used heliocentric charts for their analysis. Therefore, if you truly want to become a master in astrology, you must learn how to read birth charts in multidimensional space. First, let's familiarize ourselves with the Geocentric Longitude Zodiac 12 and Heliocentric Longitude Zodiac 12 dimensions. The Longitude Zodiac 12 dimension divides a circle of 360 degrees into 12 parts of 30 degrees and examines the aspect interactions of planets. Specifically, there will be 7 types of aspects in here. The conjunction or conjunct aspect of 0 degrees, color green. The semi-sextile aspect of 30 degrees, color black. The sextile aspect of 60 degrees, color black. The square aspect of 90 degrees, color red. The tri-aspect of 120 degrees, color green. The quincunx aspects of 150 degrees, color blue navy. And the opposition or opposite aspect of 180 degrees, color red. However, the 7 aspects above have very different characteristics, specifically as follows. We have positive aspects of conjunction and tri-aspect. We also have negative aspects consisting of square aspect and opposition aspect. Next, we have neutral aspects of semi-sextile aspect and sextile aspect. And finally, we have dual aspect, which is quincunx aspect. Specifically, the quincunx aspects can be positive when both the 2 participating planets are positive. On the contrary, if one planet is negative, then the quincunx aspect will become challenging. Typically, negative planets used in multiverse astrology are Saturn, Sulfur, and Xanthus. Therefore, it's crucial for you to understand this to avoid misconception or confusion. The aspect for this aspect in here is 3 degrees for both Geocentric Longitude Zodiac 12 and Heliocentric Longitude Zodiac 12 dimension. However, in some cases, we may extend the arc to 4 degrees, so I will have a separate video to discuss this phenomenon with you. Each aspect mentioned above will be the building blocks for larger planetary geometries, for example, combinations of 3 or 4 planets, and multiverse astrology focuses on decoding the meaning of each planetary geometry. However, to achieve this, we need to determine whether a geometry falls into a positive or negative category. Therefore, multiverse astrology has a straightforward evaluation rule. In a planetary geometry, if the number of positive aspects is equal or more than the number of negative aspects, then in most cases it will be considered a positive combination. On the other hand, if the number of negative aspects is greater than the number of positive aspects, then in most cases it will be considered a negative combination. Therefore, practicing multiverse astrology becomes very simple, easy and logical just by counting these aspects. To interpret a positive geometry, we combine the keywords or symbolisms of the constituent planets and assemble them in a positive direction. For example, musician Trịnh Công Sơn was born with a grand child geometry consisting of Venus, Neptune, and Ceres. The grand child is formed by 3 positive tri-aspects and there are no negative aspects here. Therefore, this is considered a very positive combination. To interpret it, we combine the symbolisms of each participating planet. For example, Trịnh Công Sơn loves art and has artistic abilities from Venus, and Neptune prioritizes it from Ceres and can earn a significant amount of money from it, from both Venus, Ceres, and Neptune. For unfavorable geometries, we will also need to combine the keywords of all participating planets, but we'll have to negate their positive qualities. For example, singer Lady Gaga was born with a T-square planetary geometry consisting of Sun, Neptune conjunct Sappho and Pallas. This T-square formation above is formed by 5 negative aspects, including 3 square aspects and 2 opposition aspects, but there is just one positive aspect, which is a conjunction. Therefore, this geometry is considered very challenging, and to interpret it, we need to combine the symbolism of all 4 planets participating above, but we just need to negate their positive qualities. For example, Lady Gaga is a person which is Sun, that has chronic anxieties in life from Sappho, especially when it comes to analyzing, arranging and planning, which is Pallas, and this makes her feel very internally unsettled, which is from Neptune. Next, let's move on to the Geocentric Longitude Zodiac 7 and Heliocentric Longitude Zodiac 7. The Longitude Zodiac 7 dimension divides a circle of 360 degrees into 7 equal parts of approximately 51.4 degrees and examines the aspect interactions of planets in here. Specifically, there will be 3 types of aspects in this dimension. Septile aspect of approximately 51.4 degrees, biseptile aspects of approximately 102.9 degrees, and triseptile aspect of approximately 154.3 degrees. All aspects are considered dual. Specifically, an aspect will be positive when both 2 participating planets are positive. Conversely, if one planet is negative, and then the aspect will be considered challenging. Typical planets that are considered negative in multiverse astrology are Saturn, Zensus, and Sappho. The aspect arms for these aspects used in both Geocentric Longitude Zodiac 7 and Heliocentric Longitude Zodiac 7 is just 3 degrees. but sometimes we can extend the orb to 4 degrees. So I will have a separate video discussing about this situation. To interpret these planetary geometries, we also need to apply the rule of counting the number of favorable aspects and unfavorable aspects accordingly. A combination will be considered positive when the number of positive aspects is equal or greater than the number of negative aspects. Conversely, when the number of unfavorable aspects dominate, and then the geometry will transform into a negative one. Therefore, before interpreting any planetary geometry, you need to count the number of negative aspects and positive aspects. For example, Donald Trump was born with a George geometry in the heliocentric longitude Zodiac 7, consisting of Earth, Juno, and Odin. This combination is composed of all 3 positive aspects, making it a positive planetary geometry. To interpret it, we need to combine the symbolisms of the 3 constituent planets. For example, Donald Trump is a person from Earth with a rich imagination from Juno, and this can help him assert his position quite easily from Odin. Now, let's move on to the geocentric declination and heliocentric latitude dimension. The geocentric declination and heliocentric latitude dimension determine the interaction of planets as they move vertically. In the heliocentric latitude dimension, the Earth will be displayed at the center of the chart, representing all of humanity. There are only 2 types of aspects in the geocentric declination and heliocentric latitude dimension. The parallel aspect occurs when 2 planets are on the same half, the same northern hemisphere, or the same southern hemisphere. And we also have the contra-parallel aspect in geocentric declination or contra-latitude aspect in heliocentric latitude. It occurs when 2 planets are on different hemispheres, one in northern hemisphere and one on the southern hemisphere. Specifically, the parallel aspect is considered a positive aspect equivalent to the conjunction aspect or tri-aspect. Conversely, the contra-parallel aspect in geocentric declination and the contra-latitude aspect in heliocentric latitude are considered to have a dual nature. It can be positive if both participating planets are positive, but it will become negative if one participating planet is unfavorable, such as Saturn, Sappho, or Census. The aspect of used in the geocentric declination is 1.2 degrees, and the aspect of used in the heliocentric latitude dimension is 0.3 degrees. However, as with the previous 4 dimensions, in some cases we can extend the orb used in these 2 dimensions. Therefore, I will have a separate video to discuss with you about this issue. To interpret any planetary geometry in these 2 dimensions, we will also need to apply the rule of counting the number of positive aspects and the number of negative aspects accordingly. A combination of planets will be considered positive when the number of favorable aspects is greater than or equal to the number of negative aspects. Conversely, when the number of unfavorable aspects dominates, then the geometry will be considered unfavorable also. Therefore, before interpreting any combination of planets in this dimension, you must learn to count the number of positive aspects and the number of negative aspects. For example, Madonna was born with a cluster of 3 parallel aspects in the geocentric declination dimension, which is Sun, Mars, and Ceres. Since all 3 participating aspects are positive, this combination will be considered very favorable. To interpret, we combine the symbolisms of all 3 planets. For example, Madonna is a person from Sun, who is assertive, active, and unafraid of physical activities from Mars, and know how to prioritize self-desire pursuits from Ceres. Reading birth charts in multiverse astrology is generally quite simple and logical. You only need to analyze each geometry in all 6 dimensions one by one. The analysis revolves around counting the number of favorable aspects and unfavorable aspects and then combining the keywords. However, it is recommended that you should start with the geometries containing Sun or Earth in each dimension, and the reason is, in multiverse astrology, the Sun and Earth are considered to be the soul of the birth chart. Therefore, planetary geometries containing Sun and Earth are generally stronger than any other geometries. After analyzing all the planetary geometries in 6 dimensions, it is essential to spend some time synthesizing the results. And the energies that repeat more frequently are stronger and more pronounced in the native. However, it is important to know the differences between the geocentric universe and the heliocentric universe. Specifically, the geocentric universe focuses on the inner world of an individual, while the heliocentric universe discusses how the person interacts with the external world and how others perceive them. Therefore, depending on which aspect of their lives that you want to explore, you should pay more attention to explore the corresponding dimensions. And that concludes our video today. I will have more videos in the future to teach you in details about the skills of reading a birth chart based on multiverse astrology. Follow my channel and join my Facebook group Multiverse Astrology if you want to learn and study astrology from scientific perspectives. If you have any questions, please drop them below. I will reply as soon as I can. And if you want to schedule a consultation session with me, please inbox me or check the link in the description below. And if you want to get your birth chart in 6 dimensions, please visit our free astrology birth chart drawing tool called AstroPro at en.astropro.vn. And now it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye and see you again, my Magi friends.